What's going on, you guys? BOBEAST here. For today's video, we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare and the free DLC system and why I am very suspicious of this system that they're going to implement into Call of Duty for the very first time. So make sure you guys watch till the end of the video because my most convincing point will be towards the end. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So for my first point that I want to make is, well, there is, as always, 3 bundles you can purchase, 3 bundles you can pre-order for Call of Duty. There's the least expensive one, and then there's the one in the middle, and then there's the one that comes at the end, and that's the very expensive one. Well, every year I end up buying the most expensive one, right? But this year, I'm not going to do that. I'm most likely going to buy the least expensive one because there is no season pass. And it's all cosmetics anyways, and COD points or whatever. So like, why do I want the most expensive one? So that's one of the ways they are gonna make up for the lost revenue, because they do know that some players, like diehard Call of Duty fans, are still gonna buy the most expensive bundle. So I guess that's how they're gonna make up for it one way. There's probably other ways too, which we're also gonna discuss in this video, but I think this year they're not going to be selling the most expensive bundle as much as the least expensive bundle, because every year I end up buying the one with the season pass, which always turns out to be the most expensive one. But this year I think I'm going to buy the least expensive one because I don't want to spend extra money just on cosmetics. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of cosmetics, especially in a first-person shooter where I can't even see my character. Why do I want to buy cosmetics for a game where I can't even see my goddamn character? For Fortnite, it makes sense because it's third person and you could see the skin on the character when you're running around and shooting people. But for Call of Duty, all I'm gonna see is the gun and the hands. Now, I don't need cosmetics for that. Personally, if they have like a third person mode in Call of Duty, which I don't know if they're going to do, which is going to be really weird, like you can switch between third person and first person, then yeah, that's going to make sense. But I think I'm going to hold off on that, and I'm just going to buy the least expensive one because I know that I'm going to get the DLCs for free anyways. So that's one way they're going to make up for lost revenue. Moving on to our second point, you guys, and this point is that they're most likely gonna increase the amount of money you need to spend in order to purchase supply drops. I think this is highly likely, and the reason is because they make a lot of money from supply drops. They make more money from supply drops than they do from selling DLCs. They still make a lot of money from selling DLCs, don't get me wrong, but they make even more money from selling DLCs. If you cut the revenue of DLCs from a Call of Duty game, their revenue will drop by a lot of money, like billions of dollars. I'm not even kidding when I say billions of dollars. You guys can go search it up. They literally made billions of dollars from selling DLCs. Anyways, my point is that if they want to make up for the revenue, just charging people more for supply drops is a viable option. Or what they could do is they could just release a lot of weapons and supply drops. Like, majority of the guns we get by default are gonna be garbage, but then they release like these OP weapons and supply drops, which, God forbid, I just hope that never happens. If that happens, then the game is actually gonna die. If that's what they're hoping to achieve, to, you know, add really powerful guns to the supply drops to get people to buy the supply drop so they can make up for the ad revenue, that is gonna kill the game, because I don't spend money on supply drops at all. It's not because I can't afford to, but it's just because I just don't like the system. I do not like supply drops, and I just never spend money on supply drops ever in my life, and I don't think I'm ever gonna spend money on supply drops. Any of the DLC weapons I got were just from earning supply drops, not from buying them. So moving on to our next point, you guys, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. If they release Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, these sales will go through the roofs, you guys. That's going to be a lot of money. That's going to be more money than they make from the DLCs. I'm not even kidding. So many people will play that game. A lot of people from FaZe that stop playing Call of Duty, they tweet, they're like, if Modern Warfare 2 Remastered happens, I'm gonna quit doing my vlogs and I'm just gonna go and play Call of Duty all day and just upload Call of Duty videos. Now that is mind-blowing. The amount of money they're gonna make from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, which I personally believe is gonna be released at some point. It is gonna be announced at some point. I do believe that. They're just hiding it from us right now because they want to build up the hype later on as well. But I do believe it's gonna happen. You guys can watch my video on why it's gonna happen. I'll link it down in the description. You guys can watch after this video. Anyways, the amount of money they're gonna make from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is gonna be more money than Call of Duty Black Ops 3 made from selling supply drops, which was over $4 billion. And I'm not even kidding you guys. If they drop that, they're going to make so much revenue that the amount of revenue they were going to make from DLCs will look like a joke. I highly believe, and this is my number one point, like my most convincing point, is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is going to happen just so they could make up for the lost revenue from not selling any DLCs. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this entire situation in the comments down below. What do you think they're going to be doing in order to make up for lost revenue? We all know, let's be real here, we all know that it was kind of fishy that they announced that DLCs are going to be free. I was very skeptical because usually Call of Duty is one of the most expensive games on the planet in terms of DLCs and in terms of just like trying to suck as much money out of their players as possible. But anyways, I don't want to go off on a tangent. This is where I'm going to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your comments down below. Drop a like if you haven't done so already. Hit the sub button with post notifications turned on. This is BOBEAST. Peace, guys. Thank you, guys.